Alright, I'm back. We got ourselves some abnormal mocha stout, and this one is out of California. It says it's a sweet stout. This oat milk stout is made with locally roasted, ethnically sourced coffee. Lactose sugar provides a sweet and creamy mouthfeel to balance the bitterness of the French roast coffee. The addition of cocoa nibs creates velvety chocolate notes in this surprisingly light beer. And then it says caffeinate responsibly. So there's that description for you guys. And very simplistic can. Just has like some coffee beans on the front. Nice brown label with 5.1 ABV. Let's go ahead and crack this thing. Not bad. I got a little glass here that we're going to pour it into. We're going to give it a little taster. Normally, you would see milk stouts like this with a little bit more ABV, so I'm kind of a little bit shocked about that it's only 5.1, very sessionable still. Still very dark. When I hold it up to the light, still don't see no light coming through. Oh, you definitely get that coffee on the top. That coffee is definitely coming through very nice. There is a little bit of sweetness. Just kind of like a generic, like vanilla or something on the nose. Let's go ahead and give it a taste. Okay. The mouthfeel is light, but because of the added lactose, it's not super duper light. It does have a little bit of viscosity to it, but not much. And I think it's mainly coming from that lactose, that milk sugar. Let me go in for another drink here. Okay, you definitely get some nice mellow chocolate. There is a little bit of like dark roast coffee in there, but overwhelmingly, I think the sweetness comes through like from that lactose and chocolate. Like it's pretty sweet for 5.1. The coffee doesn't really bring it down to like a nice balance. It's more sweet than it is coffee, but it's still pretty damn tasty. Alright, today we're going to be using some Murphy and McNeil Infinitus small batch, and this one is XS, which is based on Paco Rabonne's XS fragrance. There's a look at the soap you can see inside. It is a firm soap, but not so firm you can't push into it. That is the Kodiak Bear Tallow soap base, but it also has a lot of other notable ingredients in there. Duck fat, beef tallow, castor oil, cocoa butter, goat's milk, shea butter, lanolin, jojoba oil, kaolin clay, tussa silk, and more. So really good stuff right there. I got it whipped up right now in my Thirsty Badger shave bowl. You can see that there, beautiful shave bowl with the white, black, and red. Awesome product out of Canada. I really, really love that bowl. And then we got this Turn and Shave Custom right here. This has the emerald green with the gold flake on the bottom. And then on top we have a V4 tip knot, which is pretty much the bane of my existence when it comes to making lathers with that jelly motherfucker. But it's too beautiful to just leave sitting on the display. So I gotta put it to use once in a while. I really need to get that motherfucker re-knotted, as well as a few other brushes in my collection, to be honest. Knots that are just less than enjoyable. This is one of them. This V4 tip knot, I just never... I tried to like it, but I never, like, deep down, honestly loved it. You know what I mean? It's a perfectly fine knot. It's very dense, but it's just gelled to all hell. There's no scritch whatsoever, which is a good thing. But on another note, it feels very slimy on the skin. And then on another note, it's a pain in the ass to lather with. It's so gelled that the tips just don't really pick up the soap. Even when I bowl bloom to kind of soften up the surface of the soap, it's still like that top layer might come off, but anything under that really struggles to get incorporated. It's like imperative to load heavy, but at the same time, it's imperative to spread the lather in the bowl really thin so that this brush can actually pick it all up and get it incorporated quickly. It's just really more of a headache than I really want to put effort into the majority of the time. So that's why this brush kind of sits on the shelf, even though it's fucking beautiful. The scent strength on this one is probably 6.5, 7. It is definitely bold and banging. Beautiful scent. It's kind of like a very like classy, warm, confident, like men's fragrance. Definitely one that I would wear like to a business meeting or somewhere where I kind of want to be noticed, taken seriously, or just kind of like demand or command a room. Today I'm using the Timeless Bronze razor. I could have swore I wrote the scent notes to this one down in my little notebook, but I couldn't find it. And I didn't really want to take the time to research it because I just wanted to get this shave going. But I have done a previous shave with Murphy and McNeil's XS when it was first released. So if you really want to know about that, you could go check out that video, or you can just Google Paco Rabonne's XS men's fragrance. And you'll be able to see for yourself. Very, very comfortable shave so far. The Kodiak soap base, like I said, one of my favorites. I really love what Murphy and McNeil does for the community. They provide 2 stellar soap bases. Kodiak being kind of like the more premium of the two, but the Aeon base is very enjoyable as well. And it absolutely gives me everything I need when I use that base to get a good shave. Alright. So this has a second use Voskhad Blade in it. And I have about 4 days growth. I'm really struggling to get into the shave den to shave on a regular basis. I think it's just too hot, and the motivation is low at the moment. I got a lot of shit going on between the air conditioner and my car shitting out after a week and a half of 100+ degree days. And kind of planning a short notice trip for my buddy's wedding. He kind of dragged his feet on a lot of this wedding stuff, so we're kind of like in crunch mode. It's like we knew it was coming, but no planning. seemed like it was taking place. You know, it's like the date was getting closer and closer. But you know, we're just now starting to knock down a few pieces to the puzzle of wedding prep. And we tonight we got a bachelor party hammered out, or bachelor party trip, vacation, I should say. A lot of the people in the group didn't have their passports, so that was kind of a hindrance. So we defaulted on one of the easiest go-tos there is, Las Vegas. So defaulted on that, and we hammered out the flights and the hotel tonight. So happy we got that out of the way. At least something is set in stone now. One less thing that we got to worry about. We already got the suits on order. We already got fitted, and we got suits on order. So really happy that we're kind of knocking down a few of these things that we got to get done. I wish I had more time to really like prepare for vacation, but it is what it is. It's one of my oldest friends that I've had throughout my life. Everybody I'm going with on this trip, I grew up with and went to school with, and they have been my lifelong friends. So it's like there's no stranger in the bunch. There's no, there's no kind of guy that's just tagging along because of, spousal type relationships. Everybody on the trip is one of my lifelong childhood friends, so gonna be with a group of guys that I know how to get rowdy with very well. Alright, let's go with pass 2 here. I am excited to go to Vegas, though. I have been to Vegas before, but I really feel like the first trip was really exploratory in nature, just kind of trying to take in as much of the sights as humanly possible, while simultaneously drinking as much as possible. And I feel like we covered a lot of ground, but we didn't really get to enjoy ourselves much. Like, we had a good time, obviously, whenever you're with friends, and the group that I'm going with this time is the same group I went with the first time, so we all have like a similar Vegas experience and background, so we're definitely on the same page with kind of what we want to do this time around. So that was nice. That was nice that we're all on the same page, No need to explore as much as we did last time. This time, let's research, find places to go, and hammer them down. And actually, stick around a while and enjoy ourselves. So, very happy about that. It looks like I did get a weeper or so. I didn't really feel it. Oh yeah, that's nice. It does feel like there's a bit of a bump, so maybe it was like a small blemish. I'm not really worried about it. So if you're wondering, we chose the MGM Grand. Not the best hotel on the Strip by any stretch of the imagination, but it is a huge, sprawling property, and that's even huge, like, compared to other casinos on the Strip, so it definitely kind of has everything we need on campus or really close by. So like I said, less exploring this time, more actually like finding a spot and camping out for a few hours, you know what I mean? Really enjoying, select few spots instead of just hit and run experiences. Oh, yeah. Alright. I think we got her. Let's go ahead and rinse off. Feel around. So, that was a wonderful shave. We did get a nick, or we took the head off of a blemish, whatever. But, other than that, very close shave. I think we got BBS pretty much. That timeless bronze, it for having such a shallow blade gap, there is still a little bit of noticeable blade feel. I think it's still comfortable. It's not threatening or menacing by any stretch of the imagination. I think it has about medium efficiency. It still gets me BBS. Alright. Lancaster Razorworks Black Sheep Towel in purple, or blurple, bluish purple as he listed it. I guess it's blue on some days, purple on other days, depending on what my shave of the day is. I wasn't necessarily trying to be matchy-matchy with my brush razor and Black Sheep Towel, but some days I do. Now, being an Infinitus product means that it was made in a very small batch, and sometimes when it's gone, never to return. That's one thing, it's kind of, there's pros and cons to the Infinitus drops, and one of the cons of this one is that it didn't have a matching splash. It's a wonderful scent. I really like this scent. It's a scent that I would definitely investigate picking up from Paco Rabonne if I had the money for it. But I went with another Murphy and McNeil Aftershave Splash, and I wrote a little note on the side because the Infinitus ones don't actually have the name of the scent. So I put a little piece of clear tape and put Rose Black on the scent. And this one is based off Prada's Luna Rosa Black. And you can see it has a industry standard quality restrictor right there. One of the better restrictors in the game. You can really give it a vigorous shake and you're not gonna overserve yourself. Although I kinda like over-serving myself. You know what I'm saying? Cheers to that. Let's go ahead for another round. And there's a very mild sting, but nothing crazy. It is this particular one is an alcohol aftershave, but the cool thing about Murphy and McNeil's core lineup is that you can actually choose to have alcohol or non-alcohol, menthol, synthetic menthol, or non-menthol in your aftershaves. It's one of the best aftershave options in the game. Really good shit. So that'll do it for me. That was a fucking wonderful shave. I'm out here smelling like a snack right now. I smell fucking good. So cheers, guys. I appreciate you. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully I can get back in the shave den sometime soon to do another one for you. Cheers.